Hello, welcome. We're going to do a premiere draft today. Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths ahead. And chat has spoken. Another close vote. We've had premiere the last couple of days. I'm sure best of three will take over at some point, and we're going to switch back to that. But right now, we're going to take on a bunch of different decks in best of one style and see if we can't ride to that magical 4-win point where you really up the to yourself to the break-even point, or even the 3-win point where you have that huge 750 gem leap. So we were just talking about that before I started the YouTube segment here, and talking about just noting this 250 gem reward here versus 1,000 gems here and 1,400 here. It's really why this queue is so steep. It's the players who are regularly making it over this 3-win hump are going to be doing fine in this queue. Those who are struggling to regularly win 3 times are missing out on that big bump and are going to lose gems pretty quickly here. So make sure you're aware of your win rates before you commit your gems to here. Make sure you're aware of Card Kingdom before you commit your dollars to Magic cards, because if you're not at least keeping them on your radar for your possible purchases, you're missing out on potentially huge value and missing out on a great customer business relationship. They're going to take care of you. They're going to get you what you want as soon as they can. They have COVID updates all the time on their website in terms of what to expect in terms of any delays or whatnot, but they are absolutely taking orders with their usual incredible inventory, high quality service, and great buy list. They're still buying your cards too. So really appreciate their support of me during this time. They have been unflinching in their support of, at least, I don't know, me, and I suppose I assume other content creators of their supporting, and that's really nice during these times. So thank you for your support, Card Kingdom, and please check them out via my panel down below. And remember that clicking that lets them know you got there from here. Here we go. What have we got? I don't want to take this gold rare to start. Where does that leave us? Of course, I'm eyeing various cycling ones. We've got a memory leak and a startling development. We could just start with a Farfinder or an exuberant wolf bear. Seas is a good place to start too. Yeah, nice early build around. And we could even do this doesn't even have to be red-white cycling. It can go in it, but it can also be just, although if you do this, you tend to cycle. Well, 7th Dev, we're gonna do what seems right, and it's gonna be Recluse. But yeah, we don't have to do cycling here. We can just try and start with a seas that we potentially build around, and then it can be a playable in decks if we don't end up doing the thing. But let's see if we'll do the thing. This is the best. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is a good crystal for the cycling deck because it does the red-white plus the blue. But also you can make an argument for the ones that are not red-white, because then they help you actually cast the off-color cyclers that you play. We can take Heron here. That's a card draw, helps the seas. Easy Prey, also interesting. Triome, I don't feel the need to take a Triome here. Frost Veil stays open-ish. Yeah, and we could take this and it goes here. We're kind of trying to lean away from this a little bit. How many people... I'm not going to do a poll, but I'm curious how many people think Frost Veil is the correct pick here over the Ambush. I'm going to go with Heron here, but there's good arguments for this. We're going to let it time out and then take the Heron. Ooh, red-white spells, you say? What about Dracus here? Rock Slide is interesting, but with Ominous Seas start and a Mutate start, a red-blue spell Mutate seems really interesting. What else is there? Memory leak and rock slide jump out at me. But let's take the Dracus. Maybe we'll do this thing. I still like the Seas, Colin. I have no regrets. We could take a Gnar here or a Glimmerbell to mutate onto, but probably just the Gnar. This is another a good cycling land. It's got, again, the Jeskai rare cycling. Pyroceratops is pretty good for where we're headed, but I think I want to try and pick this up later. And this is third place to me. I think Gnar is too powerful to pass. And because you can still mutate for, we don't even need to be green for this. We can just be blue. And Glimmerbell is what we want to be mutating onto. So my picks here are kind of Gnar, Glimmerbell, then Ceratops. And we'll try and get Ceratops later. Yeah, Harvester is also a real pick there. Ooh, well, we're on the right track, folks. I think we should continue to risk the Glimmerbell passing here and take Archie or Shore Shark. But what do you think? I'm going to poll this one because I don't know which of these payoffs we like better. Archie or Shark? What do you think? Shark is cheaper. I kind of like the Shark because it's cheaper and you can just get into these spots where they cannot reassert themselves on the board because you're just mutating, and bouncing. So I think I'm going to go with I haven't looked at the poll yet, but my leaning is to go with the cheaper option despite how good Archie is. Train thinks Archie is so much better you take Archie. But I'm going to take the cheaper one here and Fire Prophecy. Look at all these bells we're passing, but we're not passing a Fire Prophecy here. Come on. I know, like, we're never going to see another Glimmerbell for the whole draft or whatever. We got to take a Prophecy. We got to. Yeah, hopefully blue is so wide open that we get to still get there. Snare Tactician. Can take just a Bonder. We can cast it for blue. It does not. It's a human. It doesn't look. It looks like an owl or whatever. But there's a human on the owl, so you can't mutate onto it. But we could also. Yeah, we could. Yeah, Reunion. You're right. Reunion is actually better for what we're trying to do here. I agree. I don't want to do one blue for a non-mutate target. And yeah, with Seas, and the spells deck, it's quite good. So yeah, Cathartic Green is now, to me, the clear pick here. I kind of was almost forgetting the red for a second, to be honest. Hey, there's a Glimmerbell, and I do like this for what we're doing better than a Neutralize. Neutralize is a solid card, but we're headed towards some serious mutating here. We've got 4 mutate, so we need our bells. Cloud Piercer is okay, but I want the 2-mana mutate targets, and 3 is okay. The 3 is here as well. So Lynx or Otter for mutate. Maybe Otter because of Ominous Seas and Facet Reader is okay, but I still want to move towards the mutate side of our strategy as opposed to getting a 2-drop human. But I'll pick one of these. I would take this. I think it's like it's right up there with the Lynx. Well, I have yet to really play the Cocoon and be happy about it, and I don't think I would be happy here, but I don't think we take Crustacean. We could take, like, Destruction or even Connection. But I guess I'll take an egg because we could be desperate. I hope we don't have to play this, though. I've been really unimpressed with the egg, and I'm generally pretty happy when my opponents play it. Now, Terran is interesting. I think it's good. This is sad to see, honestly. Don't like this, but I do like Hexproof. I do like Hexproof, so I think we take the Terran and we end up being pretty happy if we get some mutating going on there. And here's a Pyroceratops. I feel like it's coming together. I'm going to put the egg in the board. Again, I would so much rather, like, I'll play any number of Glimmer Bells before I play a single egg. And this is best of one. We're never playing the Blazing Volley. Yeah, that Snare Tactician was sad, Queen. But I do like where we're headed. We're going to let somebody else have the old cycling deck, or at least the old red-white cycling deck today. We could even end up splashing it. Like, there was an argument to take the Snare, Queen, because we do want to do some cycling given the Ominous Seas. And you don't have... Snare is so good, it doesn't need a lot of support to be worth playing. Yeah, exactly. Like, Turtle is a better mutate target. Although, man, the trouble with mutating turtles is that you do have to choose a new power and toughness. I actually think Egg is a better... Egg, I would play Egg over Turtle, actually. Because both of them, the power and toughness, are going away when you mutate on them. But in this one, at least you get a +1/+1 counter. But I kind of don't want either. What? Oh my goodness. We just got a last pick Tactician. I don't even know. My brain is breaking. My brain is breaking right before your eyes. So I'm going to take Boon over the Gnar here. We have one Gnar. And we might pivot into freaking cycling at this point. So, but I think Boon, I like Boon even over Gnar in the deck we have going. Yeah. Boon with Ominous Seas, yeah. And if we do pivot, obviously Boon is a 1-mana cycler. Oh, well, let's see. What could we play in cycling? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 picks for a cycling deck heading into pack 2. And that's under average because a cycling deck needs about 9 per pack because you need about 27 playables. So if we get continued heavy signals, we could absolutely pivot and still end up with a good deck. And if nobody is doing it, we know that the payoffs are there. And we could also, again, try to hybrid it a bit and just run some powerful payoffs without huge support. Zenith, like if pack 2 has a Zenith flare, I think so. Well, it depends over what, right, Nantuko? I mean, we like over. Give me like a good card for what we're doing. Like, let's say it's Fire Prophecy or Zenith flare. I think it's worth specking on the Zenith flare. As it is, where are we at? We have Subdual, which is not an instant sorcery for all of that stuff. We have Forbidden Friendship, which is, and turns on 1 with 1, whatever that card is. Panoramics, thank you for that sub. We also have this, which is not good unless you're doing the full red-black. Dire Tactics isn't particularly splashable with what we're doing. This is pretty rough. Yeah, maybe we take Subdual just for the value of it being a good removal spell, but and this probably wheels anyway, right? I also like the Evolving Wilds, or this Tranquil Cove can really help if we want to potentially get into there. Yeah, you know, Subdual is good. I'm going to be greedy and take the Cove. I admit that was greedy, but I did it. Here, probably just slide back towards Archie. We got another Cove. We got an Ambush. Yeah, let's keep going on our original plan. East wants ambush. Can't do it. I think we're still better off right now in our original lane. But I don't mind the cove. We hedged. And maybe end up wishing that this were that removal spell. But I hedged. It was a calculated risk. Well, we can get an anticipate, which is like whatever. There's some cycling here, but we're not even. I guess we might be finding a way to splash green, like getting some green in here to be able to cast Gnar or Migration Path. But like, yeah, where the Izzet go, right? We are I thought we did a good job of identifying our lane and getting into it, but these are not good options for us. Yeah, this isn't even draw. Blah. Yeah, let's take a Blade Banish. I like it. We have the Cove. We might not be splashing for Snare Tactician or whatever, but we might splash for removal. Here's another Heron, which will take over the Thornwood Falls and the Snare Tactician. Besides, this will wheel, apparently. Really, Train? What was your discipline pick? Or are you talking about the Tranquil Cove? The Tranquil Cove, I might agree with you, is pretty undisciplined, but I'm not sure what you were taking over the Blade Banish, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, taking the land, that's fair. It was pretty undisciplined, I agree. I'm going to go with Heron here, though. We're just going to let it time. Now maybe an ambush or the sands. Let's see. Yeah, second reunion is also possible. It is quite good with Ominous Seas. But I think first ambush over second reunion is correct here. Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. In this deck, I could see it making the cut on the strength of its content, on the strength of its spell casting. Here we go. Of One Mind was something I was thinking about. The cycling deck is here, of course. We could take Stinger. We could take this Tactician. Yeah, we don't have that much red. Well, what's the pod? What do we want? I'm going to be greedy. Maybe I'm letting this wreck me, but I can't pass that. Here I like a Essence Scatter, though. We're definitely blue. We know we're blue, so let's take the Scatter. They have, well, here's the thing. We have this, and we have this. And cycling can go late. It's just a hedge. We could take this. I don't think we're playing two Terrans. I don't know if we're doing Anticipate. I mean, we could do it, Anticipate. We take Easy Prey. Yeah, maybe we find black tap land or something and can play it. But yeah, I like cycling over Anticipate when the chance is there. We'll take Forbidden Friendship here over Anticipate in case we end up heavier red. But yeah, we're blue whatever, which is why I was taking these Tacticians, because if the cycling flows, we could really splash the red and be more of a blue-white. So this is a good pickup. Maybe means we could have taken that blue removal spell and gotten the other Tranquil Cove back. So we have a lot of Jeskai options here now with the second Cove. Like, if we think that this card isn't that big a deal, and if we're not doing the thing, this card isn't that big a deal, this can be played in mono blue, this card isn't that big a deal if we're not doing the thing. So suddenly you're just like, oh, geez. Yeah, are we even red? Like, what are we? All we know is that we're blue. Oh, but here's another reunion, so we will take that. Because if we do end up back in this direction, having all this will be good. I just took it out just so you could see what I was talking about, but we don't need to literally cut it. Another Ominous Seas jumps out at me here, but let's see what the competition is. We have a cycle 1. No cycling payoffs. There's a cycle 3. But Ominous Seas sets us up really nicely to expect one of these. Yeah, 2 Cs is great. Love it. Let's do it. Hopefully we end up cutting the tacticians, and I would like to get into the red-blue thing here. Run these 2 cathartic reunions, 2 Ominous Seas. So, take Parcel Beast, although it does require green. We have another tactician that if we were if we had forced the cycling deck, we'd be perfectly happy. Startling Development is okay, but what about we could do Moloch? Yeah, Gust goes well with Seas. We have enough cycling that we can just take a Moloch here. I think it's... Yeah, Gust and Moloch are both fine, are my top picks. I'm going to take... I like Moloch as a more impactful 2-for-1 than the other option. Fire Prophecy here appeals to me over Marmoset or Glimmerbell, and... Again, folks, just force it. Just force the freaking cycling. No, don't force, but man, the tacticians are killing me. Cycling wide open, but I believe it is too late. And especially like when it's wide open with snare tacticians. But it's flip. When I say wide open, I mean is okay. Come on, it's wide open. And what are we doing? I feel like I'm being forced. It's really awful. Or yeah, I would rather have Smasher than Serpent, but oh my god. Go for blood here. Yeah, maybe you could have made that flare work. Rescuer now. We're doing it. I mean, and by doing it, I mean we're doing our thing. Yeah, we got a solid deck going here. I'm not going to cry about it. It's just hard. It is tough. It is tough. It can be tough to take a draft like this, but we're going to win 7 times, and that's going to make us feel better. I took 3rd reunion because we're doing 2 Cs. Like we're doing it. You like the claws there? I'm pretty underwhelmed by claws. I feel like I mostly cycle that. My favorite set to draft. Ooh, look, we got a Gust of Wind back. So here's another clause, but we're obviously going to go Gust here. Yeah, Dominaria is up there for me. I do like the old triple Innistrad and the triple Rise. Mm-hmm. We're going to take Pyroceratops. We're going to cut our white and not worry about it. We have a good deck. But, you know, I mean, take a look at it. Like, if we had just blindly forced cycling here, we'd have almost a certain 7 win. Like, it would be something where I think Mama's approach of pulling 7 wins, I would agree with her. Well, I think we could have like 5, right? If we'd forced cycling, I think we'd have 5 snares. Maybe I'm overcounting, but I thought we've seen 5 snares. And that's what I mean. Like, 5 snares and a Zenith Flare is a deck. Yeah, I know that the 1-mana cyclers are important, but you can muddle by if you get the quality payoffs. Yeah, Marmosets were there. Maybe we saw that we did see the same snare twice, but I don't think I double counted it. I think we saw 5 unique snares. But maybe who cares? Let's move on. Would it have been forcing? I think if we had done the early work, I mean, we could have pivoted earlier. There were a couple of points in Pack 2 where we could have, like that first snare tactician I took, if we had gone hard towards it right then, I think we would have been okay. We could have had a fine one. Like, we counted at the end of Pack 1, we had a tactician, or early Pack 2, we counted and had like 7 towards the deck. So if we had pivoted hard then yeah, we would have been fine. Yeah, and that's not a force, right? A pivot and commit is like trying to read the table. That's drafting the hard way. Anyway, let's build the hard way. Let's start by looking at what we got. We got 15, 15. We are I don't think I want 3 Ceratopses, maybe 2 of those. A Spell Eater is good. Gnar is really a 5-er. This cycle's on 3. Don't think we need this. We do need the... we didn't get more Glimmerbells. Ugh. Although Friendship Mike does provide a mutatable body, but we're really trying to mutate on 4, right? The Heron's coming on the 4 mutate and the Shark. So really we want to make sure we have our Dracus and our Spell Eater and our Otter that can all be mutated upon. So that's decent. Which stuff, Lizard? Name the cards. I don't feel like we passed it for cycling stuff. I thought we passed it for the payoffs. Like, I remember passing Glimmerbells for like Herons and stuff. I think yeah, Mike, but I mean, I don't know, what do you want to do? It's not like we have, we can bring this back in. Want to bring that back in? We just got to cut some other stuff. Well, we might be cutting them yet. Like, we probably should just cut the ambush here. And I do think we can cut one reunion. I was ready to move in on as many reunions as we can to pump the seas, but 2 is fine. Yeah, we can go for blood. Dionysus, the fact that the in or out of the cycling deck is dominating my thinking of the format means to me that it is a mistake. It's not, I don't think it's fun to experience this sense of regret of like, well, am I supposed to just play chicken? Is it the game of white-red cycling chicken, and that's what this format is? That's not good, D. Like, that's bad. That's not good. That's not good gameplay. That's not good drafting. And so just saying that hey, since you can't just close your eyes and get it and win every time, it's not a mistake. I'm saying no. Like, look at what it does. Look at what it's doing to this format. That's not good. Gnar, is Gnar worth paying 5 for? It's a pretty good mutate. Like, you mutate this onto a Heron, I think you're pretty happy. You make a 3/3 draw card. I've heard that many times, and I've given my response many times, Fluffy. I mean, a lot of people are just casually saying, just make Go for Blood cycling red, just make ambush cycle blue, and boom, problem solved. As a game designer, I can tell you, you can make that change and try it, but you are not done. If you're an R&D and this is your set as you have it, and like you're the lead of this set, and you go, you know what? I'm going to change all the cycling ones to cycling color. You have radically changed standard, radically changed draft, radically changed all of the stuff you've set up. And my point is, there's a reason that WotC chose cycling 1, and there's a lot of people who just want to just make this cycling blue, and it's not that easy. You can absolutely make it cycling blue and then play test it, but you have a lot of work to do after you make that change because you have to fix all the rest of the set around that choice. Anyway, let's get this deck done. Help me polish off this deck. We got maybe we do cut the Gnar as just because like we need to find cuts. Going back to here. This is tough. Like, I want all of this stuff. But maybe we can cut a gust since we have the double slide. Maybe cut a slide because we have the gust. Moloch allows you to cast Boon. You can cycle an Ominous and then cast it. I thought there was more. There's this. You can cycle this and cast that. We can also Reunion Away, but maybe that's too few. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess we could cut a Moloch. If the Seas isn't a good thing to cast with it. So then, because we're just talking about those. But surely being able to cast Boon with Moloch would be super nice, but it is pretty narrow. We can cut Moloch. We do need some cuts. And now we're close. Now we just need like 1 cut, or we could even say with Cathartic Reunion and Cycling 1 and, well, Archie's, we got a couple of top end cards. But with the reunions, you could argue 16. Am I being greedy to say 16, Mike? What do you think? Is 16 greedy? Should we find a cut? We got a lot of cycling. I mean, not a lot relative to what this format can do, but Tyler Slacker wants the extra land. You want to cut a Ceratops over a Moloch. I guess we are going down to 11. Maybe we just cut a Ceratops, and then then we're getting close. Oh, no worries, Fluffy. I don't mind that particular soapbox. It's just, in fact, I like the opportunity to soapbox that because it helps me express the side of game design that a lot of people don't think about. And I'm not even saying you were saying that, but I do. But there are people out there who just think that's the don't think about it, all done solution. Not saying that was you, but I do like the opportunity to talk about it. We could bring Rock Slide back. What about that? And then cut a land. Will we see Cycling 1 again? We could. They're not broken inherently. The payoffs in draft are broken, and having too much of it in standard and allows a certain kind of deck to exist. But it's just a choice R&D gets to make. We want 9/8 like that. Why isn't Go for Blood included? Because we need to make cuts. Gotta cut something here. In fact, looks like I still need to cut something here. I can cut that slide again. I really don't like this friendship. I know it helps the gives us a dino for the for mutate, but it's just not doing anything else. I'm going to cut it for the slide. I would rather get our mutate going a little bit later and have better cards. Yeah, we could do blood for a land. That's fair. Adding another 1 mana cycler in, I'd be down with that. I was on the edge of 16 anyway, so doing that for a land is fair. No, I definitely want 2 reunions, but this looks good. I've already done missed cycling jokes. Let's just focus on what we have rather than the regret of the cycling deck we saw. How about Gnarrly? I don't know if anybody has any bling redeemed. You let me know now or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to throw in some lands. There were cycling payoffs in Onslaught block. There was a look up was it Lightning Rift, and then there's a white one. There was a white enchantment and a red enchantment that that paid you off pretty handsomely for cycling, and it didn't charge you. Like, it was just free stuff like that is making it so powerful now. Astral Slide, there you go. Astral Slide and Lightning Rift, I believe, are your classic red. Imagine those in this format. Look up, we put up Lightning Rift on screen. How's that for a cycling payoff? How'd you like that in the uncommon slot here in this format? It's kind of like a supercharged lion. A lion that you can't kill and is cheaper to fire off. All right. Yeah, I'll do a par poll. Let's see what you all think of this one. Give you the full spectrum. You have a million things to vote on here. So if we played out this event a million times, what would our average win count be? I believe Onslaught had the 1 mana cycling lands, though. Didn't it? Eh, we can keep this. It's not our best stuff, or at least not our best combination of stuff, but I'm not going to throw back 3 lands in both our colors. I should give you guys a longer par poll. I mean, make it 12 minutes, it wouldn't really matter. Some people missed getting their votes in. Cathartic Reunion. Hey, Miss Muffin, thank you for that raid. Welcome, Muffin viewers. We just started here after a painful passing of a great cycling deck. We have a pretty good looking kind of Ominous Seas red-blue spells deck. We'll see how good it is, but getting our namesake card here on turn 2 is nice. We'll start here. Cathartic Reunion plus Ominous Seas is good times. Oppo, nice start with a black-white humans deck, which is probably my favorite archetype this side of red-white cycling in terms of getting something you're really happy with. Right now, though, with 2-3 toughness potential attackers across the way, I'd like to get another Ominous Seas going, but we're going to drop a Spell Eater and be happy to trade it off with either of these if we can. They're not going to attack Enforcer into it. Actually, what's most likely to happen here, worst case scenario is that they have a dead weight and the Wolverine is dead for 1 mana. Best case scenario is we hold them back from attacking with the Enforcer and get to trade with the Commando. So the attack with the Enforcer actually makes me sad because it means they have a trick, but we're going to still trade for the trick. I hope it's a trick that's just temporary. Like now our worst case scenario is that it's they spend they cycle and like if they can win combat without using a full card, that would be the worst case here. Or maybe they have a corpse churn. Oh, they're just going for commandos. I'm happy to have this thing dead, that's for sure. How about Ominous Seas number 2 and... Oh, thanks, Mama. I'm definitely behind on that stuff. I'm going to do this. We are 0-0. So now we can reunion and get serious counters on both of those. We just have to decide what we're tossing. Probably, actually, Otter isn't very good on this board. Archie might end up good. Should we get rid of our big stuff, or do we get rid of an Otter and keep one of our big options? I think we should keep one big thing, right? Trouble with keep Archie is that right now it's 7 mana to get Archie going. Terran, we can get out for sure earlier. I'm going to keep the Terran, actually, because this is just castable sooner, and the hexproof is actually good against this board. That's trouble. Alright, we got... Trouble is, we can't really 2-spell here. We can... If I had 2 cycling, I would just try and make an 8-8. Maybe I'll try restarting my client. Boon? Boon gives me cycle 1. Oh, like we're at 6 counters. I mean, I wanted an octopus right now. Yeah, we don't have 6 mana. Rock Slide the Poacher, but then, man, we are up against it. I don't know if we can survive. I guess if we can get an 8/8 out next turn and this Terran down next turn, maybe we have a chance here. Gotta do this, though. Ugh. Too much. Black-White Humans deck is very good, folks. Is very good. Good game, Oppo. To the losers bracket with us. Yeah, it was just a great Humans deck, curved out on us, and played lots of heavy hitters for that deck. So, and we were on the draw too, I think. Maybe we weren't. Anyway, yeah, we weren't beating that. Okay, you got it, Fluffy. Or just here, actually, if I can cancel in time. Couldn't cancel in time, but try to remember. You think so, Haj? It didn't feel good on that board, but I guess it blocked 1/1s, right? Yeah. Well, this looks good. Or at least a fine place to start. Seize on 2. We can smash for no first strike counter value on 3 if we want. All right. Well, try to help me remember not to just jump back in the queue after this game, and I will both try to get the bling requests that have been made and maybe restart this client and see if that helps the situation at all. This deck is proving pretty slow against the starts we're seeing from Oppos. And we are going to have to cycle this smash. We just need to try and find some action on turn 4. Right now we have no turn 4 play, and that's unacceptable. Especially if they drop any... Okay, the fact that they're not dropping additional pressure. Whew, or at least so far. I don't know if there's some flash thing they're going to play. But yeah, wish... I stand by the Glimmerbell choices at the time. We just didn't get enough of them later. All right, awesome. I'm happy to get that because it is indeed something to play here. And speaking of Glimmerbell, there's something else to play. If we had any instant or sorcery in the graveyard, I'd go Dracus and Glimmerbell mutate on Glimmerbell, but we don't. So maybe just... Although maybe Glimmerbell is correct here, and we try and hold Dracus for value later and try to get Dreamtail, Heron, Shore Shark mutating going, because... I mean, you could drop a 2/3, and I suppose it threatens to block the Stinger. But yeah, if we bell now, we can try to get value out of this later. I'm a little worried about our life total, but we got to try and play our game. And this does block. Yeah, I know True. I guess if they use that, then we... there you go. True was worried about this exact thing. But at least we get to play a Heron next turn, and the Shredded Sails is out of their hand. So I'm okay with this. I mean, I don't like it. I don't love it. But it's not crazy disaster. And it doesn't make me regret, like, not playing the Lord Dracus or something. Yeah, we can try to ambush in combat and then start flying. Sure. Eat that Stinger. See if we can make that happen. No snare, no snare. All right, no snare tactician is good. Yeah, we'll try to ambush with the Shore Shark and then mutate onto it for further value. That's the plan. Plan A. This works. Plan A doesn't always work. Now, let's see. If we go rock slide, can't go heron. If we go heron, we threaten to block both. So we just play the heron and hope that that it's enough to hold off attacks. I mean, I think it's like rock slide is guaranteed removal, but I feel like to win the game we're gonna have to have a creature stick anyway. So that's true. If we don't kill the stinger, we may just get cycled out. We do need to develop the board, but we also just don't want to lose to double cycling. Yeah, okay, I'm in for that. And then it does have a nice turn, next turn of Heron, mutate onto Heron. So that, talking that out makes this pretty clear to me. We're still up against it, and we may just die right here, but that was definitely the right line to maximize our chance to win here. We might be dead and not know it yet, Keller, but certainly we were at the greatest risk of that by leaving that stinger alive, right? Never mind, Zach. Also, I should move here for this day because we have these ominous seas that people want to see. Seas that people want to seize. So yeah, we're just gonna hard cast the Heron and then mutate Dracus onto it and cross our fingers. Yeah, Pacify could beat us. But now if we can untap, we have the slide back. GG, Oppo. That's kind of a bad card to lose to in that deck. That's not a good card for that deck, but so it goes. We took our shots at stabilization and failed. All right, here we go. So what do we have on the deck box? Not that this is going to matter much longer. Are the sounds still way off? What was your deck box request? I forget though, Fluffy. Shark. Don't we have we do have an egg. I could break down and put the egg in, but over what? I still, it just feels wrong. Egg is definitely better than turtle. We talked that out, but y'all ever top decked an egg? Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it like this. Yeah, we could maybe cut that Terron. I was really enamored by having the availability of some hexproof mic, but maybe it's a little awkward with what we're doing. Yeah, Zach, an egg made it into my deck once because I was playing the plus 20 card companion where I needed to play a bunch of cards, and I had 5 Great Horns. 5 Great Horns. So I played the egg because I was totally planning on curving out into Great Horns on 3. But I never, all I did was draw the egg late in the game and just hate myself. I had my reason, Lizard. I mean, five Great Horns is a pretty good reason. How's the audio now? Getting any sense of, is the delay better? Did that help at all? I'm just trying to give you... All right, losers bracket time for us. What can we do here? We will find out. I'm going to be a grown-up and cycle this boon. I can turn it down if the audio being delayed from the game is annoying. I can kind of mute it a little bit. Although now we've drawn a 4th land. What do you think, folks? Should we cycle this boon or hold out for it? Because we could. I mean, we have Otter into first striking Otter. We have Otter into Gust. Like, we have a decent sequence already in our hand. So, yeah, I guess we don't need to do it now, right, Mike? Unless we really want to find a 2. Although 2 is what we need. Like, if we're cycling now, it's because we want to find a 2. So I actually think if we're not cycling now, we probably are not cycling at all. So I'm going to hold out and be greedy. Because we had 4 land. I think if we had not drawn land, I would have done it on 3 land. But 4 land just feels like we're close to actually doing it. All right, Otter. Now we have our boon mana, so... Yeah, if we get a seize first, that would be sweet. Hopefully they come up with a creature answer that we can gust out of the way. Worst case scenario here is they go dead weight, kill Otter. But, yeah. 3 mana, kill Otter with rare is okay. All right, there's our Ominous Seas, and I'm going to take 4 from the Wild Bonder to play it, so that when we gust, we start working on this. We can take 4. And then we get to go Gust on 5, Boon on 6, or Smasher on 6, whichever we want to do. Maybe Smasher, then Boon. Heron can block and bounce with the Great Horn. But I like just gusting here, setting him back. And I think I'm going to actually take a point of damage to send their Great Horn back so they can't mutate onto it. Yeah, you can you could cycle without a target, yes. But here I like this. Oh yeah, Terran was a good... We were talking about making a change here, and then I didn't do it. But I think you are right, Mike. We can think about cutting this. And you can think about playing it next turn, though. 3/6 hexproof, pretty stable on this board against a 4/3 and a 3/4. Yep, I think everybody's on board with getting our Terran going. Even though we're talking about cutting it, here we're seeing its value. Yes, let's remember what the rules say on Proud Wild Bonder. No matter what I have, I cannot stop them from dealing us 4 if they want to. Well, we have the ability to give it first strike as well, or just play a big first striker. But first strike means this is killable, so... I'm going to play Ominous Seas and mutate Heron, I think. You want a hard cast Heron, Mike? Yeah, that's true. I have a bunch of draws, right? Oppo considering options. Maybe the lack of hexproof here gives them something to do with removal they've had in hand. I mean, maybe they have a Curdle they're thinking about. Let's see. Monstrous Step. Yeah, they can't target it, though. Step still needs to target, right? Hello, friend. We're going to be making some Krakens. Crack some Krakens, everybody. Do you want to save this for possible first strike action against the Wild Bunner? I kind of like just Boon here, and we'll save the Smasher. Ooh, can even do that. And then Reunion Away, a Reunion in a Land. Or we can keep this Reunion and just keep doing it. Yeah, let's just keep making 8/8s. I like it. Who needs a Wolverine? Wilt now or forever face an 8/8, Oppo? I think we can safely attack with the Heron now. Is Temur Mutate just worse than Sultai Mutate, and is there any reason to play it? I mean, sure. We're talking about red, right? Let's say you open the Phoenix. I would rather be Temur Mutate. But, I mean, it depends on what you open, right? Get a lot of Fire Prophecies. Maybe you want the red. Yeah, Porky Parrot. Shenanigans. That would be amazing, James. Yeah, 4-color Mutate led by Great Horns is also fun. Sure, I call, but yeah, Clash costs red. Mm-hmm. So now we do have a race situation. We can't kill this thing right now, and we don't have any flying. We have the Heron to come back down, though, and try and get in the way here, or rise up. I guess now we put the Heron on the hexproof so we can have a flying hexproof. Yeah, but it flies. We could make an 8/8 that looks up at it, but that doesn't do much. All right, Rock Slide makes things much simpler. Let's just slide it. And we have Reunion, so I'm not going to play the land. Yeah, we can Prophecy the land. At 9 against red, there is some haste, but not that can really kill us. We could even Reunion if we want to maybe sure to have an 8/8, but I'm gonna pile on. Can't end step, it's sorcery. But let's just get rid of, we'll keep Archie and actually ditch these two. Yeah, that's 2 mana kill something, huh? We won one! 6 more to go. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if we can make it to, even if we can make it to 3 wins, I would actually be pretty happy. GRS starting 0-2, you just want to, if you can claw your way back to that big jump from 250 gems to 1,000, it's pretty great. Nice, great 2, 3, 4 right here, and we're on the play. Sure is. Oh, gem picks versus match win. I don't think it's on spreadsheet. That was actually something that I think Raptor made for us, but I do have access to it. Let me find it. I believe this is what you're talking about. But I don't think this hasn't been updated to reflect Premiere yet. All right, we got Otter. If they tap out to make a 4-drop, we get to gust it and get in. If they, all right, good. I was gonna say if they make a 3-drop, that's actually our worst case scenario, but we got our best case scenario. You sit down for a turn, and we get a card and a counter on Seas. Oh, that's... I was instinctively feeling like there was something I was supposed to do, and it was to continue reconsidering this Terran, which I keep forgetting to do. I like... Here, Reunion away 2 lands, 8/8... And we have Essence Scatter. I could play the Wolverine, but I like Scatter up here. Pouncing Shore Shark is going to do the same job that the Gust of Wind did to help us through. That's actually good for them. I'm going to scatter that. Looks like they're going to get a block on the Otter here, but I liked scattering there. Oh, I guess if we shark the Otter, we can get him. Let's do that. Well, trouble is they'll block with the 3/5. We can make a 4/3, and then that's not good for us anyway. So we need to do it pre. Never mind. Oh wait, we are okay. We're at this point. But I think they're going to be busy with a Kraken. Yeah, we could have sharked and scattered the Felidar, but I like the pressure here. I mean, they got to use the Felidar to contain a Kraken for the rest of the game, and we're going to be fine on the other axis. And we can actually go to combat and make him do the Felidar move, and then we get to send in the Otter and basically pounce to kill the Naturalist and bounce the Felidar. I mean, they have to block here. They just have to. I think I let auto tap potentially screw us here, except we're not going to draw a card, so it doesn't matter. I think it's better because they can't use the tap right away and we get to attack with a Kraken. Dracus can get us Gust and Scatter. I guess we just want Scatter here. Then what do they do? You want the Reunion? I don't think we need the Reunion. I think we just need the Scatter. Keep anything from coming down that we care about. One Kraken's enough if we can keep anything of relevance off the board. Yeah, I had to think for a second. Hopefully it didn't make your heart palpitate or anything. We'll Wolverine after combat, but let's see how combat plays out. They're trying to decide if they need to chump right now. Glimmerbell, not good enough to counter. We don't care about that. We would counter an attempt to mutate upon it, but not the Glimmerbell itself. Even Ivy Elemental, not worth a scatter here. Yeah, Gust versus Scatter would allow, like, we could, like, Dracus and there's some shenanigans we could have pulled there, but I still like just preventing their clear answer to our situation from coming down, and then I think we'll be in great shape. I'm going to go ahead and play the land after combat, because then we get Terran plus Scatter. Although I don't have a double strike Wolverine right now, and I think I'm going to wait to attack with it until we do. But the 8/8, they don't have 8 power, so we can still send in 8/8. And yeah, we'll make I like a hexproof over a flyer here. Ivy Elemental is never good, but it is often acceptable for a deck doing a lot of mutate. Like the fact that it creates a crappy creature at any point in the curve that you can mutate on that keeps the counters is real enough for that deck. Oh yeah, it's always a turn slower, exactly. But it's a turn slower, but it's flexible. All right, I think that's worth scattering, although maybe not. Like, do we even care about this? Like, they play this, they get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we do, because it's too much power. So I got to do this, because that can actually block an 8/8 and kill it. Land, definitely not what we wanted to see there, but now we do have a double striking Wolverine and Terran that wins all combats, so we get to swing away. Exploding Planeswalker. That's decent, but not enough. Seven, 9. Yeah, it's just still not enough because we have one known card, so we can keep either of these and it's all lethal. None of this has lifelink or anything, right? Just checking. Wolverine was going to be my sack, but it was an on-board win. All right, we've crawled back to 2 wins. We are on the cusp of making a decent recovery here. My only hope was that we could make it to, once we started 0-2, I really just wanted to claw to 3, and we're very close. So here I'm gonna remember now. Well, we've seen the value of the Terran, right? It's come in handy, but we could be bringing in. I thought Forbidden Friendship was in. We could bring in Forbidden Friendship over Terran to get some mutatable targets earlier. So there's that possibility. We could just bring in a Moloch. Also, another Pyro. Just a random ambush. Bring in a Cycling 1 / tap them all down. Here we go. This is going to be... Okay, so I'm going to cut the Terran so we know what we're talking about here. And I'm going to pull what you think should go back in this deck. And I'll give you 40 seconds even. Terran. Make sure I'm spelling this right. Terran is one option. Ambush. The Frostveil Ambush is another option. Where's it? The Friendship. Friendship is an option that helps with the mutation. Moloch is an option. It's not amazing, but we do have some... we don't... Trouble is we really don't want to Moloch and cast an Ominous Seas, but we wouldn't mind Moloching a Boon, you know, but it's not great here. And then Ceratops kind of is doing what we're doing. We could add another one of those. I'm going to call that Pyro. And finally, we could go land. We could just go to 17 land. And I'm going to start the poll and see which of those solutions you think is correct for this deck at this time. I don't like bringing in reflexes. I don't think that's correct. I don't like splashing white. I could have put in egg, I suppose, but I would much rather have friendship than egg. So if your vote was egg, which I didn't include, you're going to want to vote friendship because I think that's the improvement over egg. Oh, did I screw it up? Sorry. I will do a visual check, though. Let's see if there's a landslide winner. After all that. Oh, no, I did it right. It did work. Somebody said... I thought somebody was saying that I had mistyped my poll. Oh, did I misspell friendship? Is that what I screwed up? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, I screwed up friendship, but it looks like friendship won. I see. Yeah, friendship had way more votes. Okay, so we'll do friendship and give it a try. Now I see my mistake, but we got the proper results. All votes were counted. Hey, this looks nice. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in a row there. They were calling my bluff. Yeah, I want to see you play Friendship Moloch. Do it. All right, without the ability to... We don't have anything to mutate onto yet, so I'm going to switch plans here and we'll drop a Seize. I have seen them on the weekends. Have there been ones recently? Pajamin? I've seen 2 what we call arbitrage deals in the section, the deals section of the store. Free gems, free gold. I've seen that twice. But I don't know if they've done it more than twice. Hello, friend. I like Fire Prophecy pitching something. Let's kill this Stinger. Although we may even want to wait for Snare Tactician. Let's pass. Should you wait for Snare Tactician or just pluck off the Stinger? True wants to play Wolverine. Looks like everybody agrees. Maybe I've messed up by going with Prophecy, but I like... Well, now that I've not played the Wolverine, we are where we are. You guys are a little behind me, but I'm going to take 2 here and see what they do. Because if they offer something, a Snare Tactician or a Marmoset, all right. We're going to kill now. And I'm going to kill the Stinger. And I want to find some land, too. I think we can get rid of Ceratops. And then go... Bell. Mike wanted the Wolverine. I see this as more threatening, but maybe I'm wrong. Cool. Wolverine. We can just slide the Wolverine, but I like building out the board here now. And I guess we'll do it with the more expensive spell. Even though I want the Bell out as the Gnar target, I think we will play the more expensive one. We don't even know if we're going to get the land for the Gnar anyway. Marmoset is... well, we could cycle the boon looking for another land and then slide the Marm. It also increases the Wolverine. Like, the Wolverine would suddenly double strike if we find the land. If we don't find the land, we can fall back on Glimmerbell, but then we got a pretty weak board against, you know, like, we're under some pressure. But man, if we find that land, we're in a really good place. And we really do need the land. I'm going to cycle. We can also, if this fails, the fallback plan of Glimmerbell plus... yeah, Mike wants to be more conservative than I'm being here, so it's probably right, but I'm going to try it this way. I'm never punished anyway, we know that. See? All good. Yeah, a couple outs to reunions that are nice. Half aside. I like that their Wolverine is still at 0. Yeah, Mike. I mean, keep up. So we could Bell and Gnar. This is a nice setup. We could also just reunion these away and refill and get an Ominous Seas going. Probably worth it, right? 3 fresh cards and 8/8. I like it. I'm doing it. Can't stop me. And we could seize. No, I think Ben Stark likes what we just did. We're going to be able to Heron, have a flying 8/8 that draws a card if we want it, for example. Probably just cycle this Seize, though. We don't want to double Seize right now, do we? We're pretty far from getting another Octo. What do you think, Mike? Are you playing this or cycling this? Well, the draw 3's in the yard. I mean... well, we might. We might. I'm going to go with cycle. I'm not going to cycle now, though. I like threatening some mana here. We can cycle at the end of their turn. I mean, what one... like, do we have... yeah, we don't even have a 1-mana spell, so we can't even cycle to anything castable. Do we miss a land drop? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, we could have found a land, possibly. I don't think it's not going to matter the next turn, though. We can also just wait and not do anything with this for the moment and see if making 8/8 and conducting our next turn tells us whether we need another counter here or another Ominous Seas. I don't know, maybe Oppo is scooping here. I don't know. I don't presume that Vraska here is doing anything bitterly here. But maybe. I don't know. Some people tilt off and let you rope. I'll take any win I can get. These are seriously under repair. Even the under repairs are under repair around here. Looks like they're giving up. Okay, I'll take it. Looking forward to trying to get to 3 here. I am going to hold. Oops. Now I'm screwing up. I just feel like our Oppo's not even there. I'm getting distracted now. Sorry. Obviously, that's a punt, but I feel like our Oppo is left. And this next one should give us the match. Oppo thinks we won and wants us to suffer for it. Probably. Hopefully that's it. I hope they're just bitter and that no emergency is happening for our Oppo. All right, cool. Great to get 1,000 gems back. Now let's see if we can close in on profit. Oh, come on. You guys are funny. Like, my opponent has scooped and gone away, and you're punting me for choices after it. Yeah, it's a big turning point. We lost to a really nice curve out from a black-white humans deck. And then just a good battle against a good deck. As I recall. I can't remember exactly what game 2 was, but I remember it being competitive, but we lost. Defending it as what? I'm defending it as not being worth punting. Uh-oh. Got a rock slide for that if they don't get the hexproof at least. Well, we don't have the rock slide yet, but I hope we will get there. Need some red. Mountain, mountain, mountain. No mountain. Which is sad. It means we literally have nothing to do this turn, but we're going to play this because then any land lets us mutate onto the bell. No attacks, though. They got reach. That's just not a useful... Like, I think of punts as lessons, like something we're taking away. I don't know. Again, chat gets to decide. To me, punting a streamer waiting for their absent opponent to finally die is kind of silly. But it's your punt, chat. Your punt. Great. Just what we needed. Hexproof. Crap. All right, well, they hit the hexproof early on that thing, which is super frustrating. I say it's not. That's the thing. Great draw. Thanks, deck. Always in the first three. I have never had hexproof on my Mecha Godzilla. He lied. I think maybe I've had it once, but I've seen to never hit the hexproof. Looks like this is where it's going to end, folks. Now we've lost our mutate target, so the island is laughing at us. Thanks, Vittles. We'll catch you later. Glad we made it to 3 wins. Ignominious way to go out here, but had a decent run. Lost to 2 very good decks, and now we're losing to some variants and had 3 good wins. Not sure where we were beating this. Of course, you gotta love it when the land shows up when it's obviously way too late. Oh, sorry. Here we are. We're good. You're ready. You're okay. Yeah. No, sorry. You're too late. We're dead now. Thanks a lot, though. So how can we survive? We can prophecy 3/3 and then 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're not technically dead, but we're dead. I better cycle this in case we find a creature to chump with. Or try to create one. Close, close. True, I didn't really read that. We're just kind of dead. Make him do it, though, and then scoop it up. I'm scooping. Like, we can't win this game. I could save you all some time and scoop, but I sent this back because, right? I sent a rock slide back because this game's over. But they decided not to attack for some reason, so thanks. I mean, they could have had us. They chose not to. I guess this is why we play it out. And I want a rock slide and a Gnar. Can't do that, though. Gnar doesn't even matter, so let's start with a reunion. Ah, sure, they were worried about the 8/8 coming to play. So now, can we get there? We can slide up here. Yeah, we're still just dead. But I guess we try... Maybe we get an otter and somehow survive. Let's see, we kill this. Find an otter. Oh, too bad you weren't an otter. Then we'd have an actual legit chance. If I missed some out there, I didn't see it. Played the mountain, yeah. I figured we would need 2 mountains to win that, to have any, to be able to. Yeah, I snap played the mountain because I figured to have any hope there we would need to cast 2 red things. But so it goes. I'm really happy we got to the 3-win space with this deck. I thought, yeah, I mean, I think it par polled at like about a 4.5, you know? So people were expecting a little more from this deck. I certainly was, but I was also happy that when we didn't get tilted when we started 0-2. Like, we just lost to good decks and it happened, and okay. And then we held on to come back and get our 1,000 gems. And to rattle off 3 wins there felt good, actually. So even though the deck didn't perform up to our overall expectations, we kept on playing to our outs and did our best to capture as much value as we could. I can... maybe I will... Where are we here? Maybe I'll do a bot draft. Do one of my force bot drafts here. See how the bots are handling the cycling deck before we log off for the day. But first, I'm going to say thanks to our YouTube friends for hanging out for that one. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you at the next draft. See ya, YouTube.